Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's the end of Global Hack Week. I'm kind of sad.
I know. I'm always sad when we wrap one of these up. But it is good to see you, Cecilia. How have
Likewise
you
to you,
been?
Mary. I have been enjoying spring break.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. I'm not on spring break, but I've been really enjoying the spring break air I feel like we have in New York right now. Like it is getting into the 50s, sometimes the 60s. I can go out without a coat on. It is very lovely.
That does sound nice. We actually had a pretty warm spell earlier this week, and then the rain came in, and then it's been reasonable. I've been able to go out on a run, which is nice.
Perfect, perfect. Well, welcome everyone who's joining us from home. We will start and introduce ourselves real quick here. So, for those of you I haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Mary. I work on first party events and the league team here at MLH. So, my job is to help work on events that we run in house. So, things like Global Hack Weeks and the conferences we do. And then in addition to that, I get to work with a lot of our student organizers who are putting on their own hackathons for their own communities all over the world. I use she, her pronouns. And then my fun fact is I'm doing my first half marathon next month. So I'm quite nervous for it, but I'm excited and training has been going well so far. So fingers
No,
crossed.
I'm still working toward a 5K. Probably a 3K. Oh, that's so cool, though. Good luck with that. Well, my name is Cecilia. I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. I use she, her pronouns, and I really love reading. So if you happen to have some books I should go ahead and check out, let me know, and I'll put those in my Goodreads.
Cecilia, for people in chat, has I think every book you've recommended to me has been like a 4 or 5 stars
Ooh,
of
I'm so
mine.
glad.
You've had a very good, very high success rate on your Rex. I've really enjoyed. So, uh,
Yay.
yeah. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about what Major League Hacking is before we wrap up Cloud Week. So, Major League Hacking helps run the global hacker community, and it's our mission to empower hackers, just like each and every one of you here today. We have a really large community of folks all over the world. We've had the chance to work with over 1 million hackers over our lifetime. And you are part of this community. So we're really, really stoked to have you here. I know we say that, but we do really, really mean it. So thank you for all of you who took the time out of your week to spend some of it at Global Hack Week and are hanging out here today. But what we're actually doing here today is wrapping up Cloud Week. So we're going to take a look back over the past week, share a couple highlights with you, and share with you how you can stay involved. Not to put you on the spot, but people are asking for book recommendations.
Ooh.
I don't know if you have any just off the top of your head ready to go.
You know what? It's because you prepared me when I visited a couple last week or 2 weeks ago, and you asked me about recent books I read. I just read A Deep Sky by Yumis something. I'm forgetting the last name, like always, unfortunately. But I really enjoyed that. It was a space mystery while still being very women empowered. It was just a very interesting, you're trapped on a spaceship because you're the transit colony and having to set up on a new world and having to deal with all the psychological factors that come into that. And so I really enjoyed it. It took a while for me to actually get to reading it though. And I think it's just, I had to be in the right mind space. But once I was, beautiful. I loved it.
Very cool. And that one's called A Deep Sky?
Deep Sky.
Deep Sky. Okay, I need to make sure that's on my
You double check. Now I'm doubting. No, it's The Deep Sky.
The Deep Sky. Okay.
It's fine. It's a describer, but you make it to say.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I will have to check that out. Jumping back over to slides though, I'm going to walk you all through day one. So we kicked off Cloud Week last Friday, so a little less than a week ago from right now. We had a really, really packed day one. So first stream we had, I was with the Snowflake team, and y'all built an LLM powered agent in less than 5 minutes. This was really cool. I actually saw a bunch of you sharing this in Discord afterwards and helping each other out with the debugging on these. So awesome stuff. If you missed this workshop from the Snowflake team, go and check it out. You can catch the recording over on YouTube. In addition to that, y'all got started with Figma Dev Mode with Cecilia here. If you aren't, yes, if you aren't familiar with Figma Dev Mode, it's a really, really cool tool. I actually I used this at a internal hackathon I participated in last fall. And so it was fun. I learned the tool at a hackathon, like many of you all have. But go and check this one out as well. Y'all did Git. You all got good with Git, which Cecilia, is this one also you? I think it is.
It is. I was back to back.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Make sure you go and check out this one as well. And then we had another Snowflake workshop. They did a introduction to Snowsite UI and some of the Snowflake LLM. So I didn't mean to click next again. So we had another person from the Snowflake team who came and presented this. Also, Quackers and Cheese, which is a hilarious name. Thought I said Figma Dev Mode. Figma Dev Mode, just to clear up any confusion there.
Developer mode or development mode.
Development mode. We took some of the first steps in cloud computing. So had a nice introductory workshop from Jocelyn, who is one of our newer streamers who has been running a lot of awesome content for you all. And then you all got to sit down with Abdullah and made an AI-powered chatbot over on the stream. And then UT, who often does a lot of back-to-back workshops during Global Hack Week, did a Chrome extension one. I always love seeing the Chrome extension hacks. I think they're such a good hackathon project or just side project to work on, because there's so many cool things you can make. And I think there's something really fun about making something that you can share with your friends really easily, like a Chrome extension. And they work really well for those random ideas you have of oh, you know what would be nice to have? And then, taking that one step further and making it a little Chrome extension.
I've definitely seen a lot of Chrome extensions at hackathons, and they're always either accessibility focused, or they're hey, go outside and touch grass, trying to get you off the PC. It's been impressive.
Yes, the timer ones are very a very common hack, and they're a really great getting started with a new tool kind of thing to make. Alrighty, Cecilia, do you want to take it over and tell us about day 2?
Absolutely. So let's kick this off where we trained and deployed an AI model in the cloud. Is that Newful? Is that one of our newer streamers?
I think it's Abdullah. I can't tell for sure.
I can't tell for sure, but we love a good classic NIST data set where you're looking at all those digits and numbers, trying to identify them. As a computer vision, it is Abdullah. Okay, thank you very much. I'm it's blurry on my side, doing my best. But got to really get started with computer vision, which, close to my heart. But then we continued on with decoding serverless computing. I kind of wanted to, of course, it was Steven. Steven always comes out with these crazy topics that are just amazing he builds you up from the bottom and works your way through all of it. You get really in-depth explanations. It's just a blast to see him do stuff. Then we kicked off the IoT systems track with Jocelyn coming back again. I'm so glad you gave me day 2. These are all ooh, I want to go check these out. So we always love a little bit of Arduino. There are so many different online planners if you want to get into circuits, especially if you don't have the money to quite invest in things just yet. There are many ways to prototype your circuits and your microcontrollers and actually get things started. Then you continued on learning with Steven by doing Kubernetes. And I regret to inform you, I have zero knowledge of Kubernetes. So I cannot. It is a magical thing. I know it's cloud related. That's about it. Then you worked on your own Discord bot on AWS. That was with Quinn, who's starting to pick up speed on streaming from what I gather. So love to see it. And day 3, Mary, if you'd like to take back over.
Of course. So day 3, rolling right along here. I believe this was last Sunday. We got started with GitHub Copilot with Cecilia. This is going to be so funny if I got all of the...
You did, actually. This is the last one we did.
That's too funny. Got started with GitHub Copilot, though. I know we've been telling you all week to get the GitHub Student Developer Pack, but this is yet another reminder. If you have not yet, you are missing out. There are so many cool things in this that you should absolutely take advantage of. So go and grab the GitHub Student Developer Pack if you
definitely took like 5 to 10 minutes to be like, here's all the cool things you can do with it. Please get it.
Yes. It's like amazing. Sometimes when I'll show it to folks at events and they're like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe we get all of this stuff for free. After you all got started with that, you worked on your first AI-powered SaaS product. It looks like, I actually don't know what y'all ended up building in the final version of this. So let me know if anyone in chat joined along for this one. You also got started with Linux. This is another one of our new streamers. So I hope you are going out and supporting all of his streams that he's been doing over the past, I think, 2 Global Hack Weeks. But I know we have lots of Linux fans in the community, so glad to see this going on. Continued with Kubernetes. I am in the same boat, Cecilia. I have never used it before. I know that it's cloud related. I know it's really, really commonly used in industry, but that is basically the extent. It does also seem kind of like magic to me. But for everyone who went to Steven's track, you now probably know a lot more about it than Cecilia and I do. So you could teach us a thing or two.
Yeah, please do.
What happened on day 4?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. It looks like you explored cloud storage. Ooh, and of course it's Steven. I'm so glad. Steven really just takes it away for us. But it looks, I tentatively would assume that it's probably good to know about storage in cloud, just because obviously it does involve your wallet. But if you have a really good understanding of it, you can better optimize how you're storing and deploying and doing a variety of different things. I'm sure I'm doing a gross explanation of what he's doing. I'm sure it's far better than anything I could come up with. But you also got started with Firebase. Looks like that was with Alberto. I know he did that last year's Global Hack Week Cloud. So definitely make sure you check out Alberto's streams. And then you continued building with Kubernetes with Steven. And day 5.
Over on day 5, we started to get closer to the end of the week here. Y'all set up a virtual machine in the cloud. This was another Steven track. Steven is very knowledgeable on like such a wide variety of like deep computer science topics. I know like with Cloud Week in particular, he had such a wide variety of stuff that he did throughout the week. So I was very grateful to have him help in with like some of these pretty big topics that I hope you all can go and take into the rest of your journeys there. Y'all worked on some different ways to run your app in the cloud with Sagar here. So explain how to evaluate different options when you're thinking about what you actually are going to end up using. We wrapped up the Chrome extension track with UT. And it looks like we had the project up there. So very cool. You ended up with a deployable Chrome extension by the end of the week on that one. And then you kept working on the Internet of Things. So I know Jocelyn did an IoT stream earlier in the week, and then Alberto also did one as well. So we've got some hardware going on here, turning an LED light on, which is awesome. I have not done very much like IoT stuff personally, but I think it's so cool when folks have like some of these DIY things that you can set up in your own home. Yeah, love to see all of that. So if any of you do some of this stuff, like please post pictures in Discord and show it off. What happened on day 6?
I think this is our last day, but we worked on another IoT project with Buoy. Looks like so. Ooh, those look like ultrasonic sensors. Ooh, I'm guessing this is a distance-related project and something to do with motors. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like an automated vehicle of some sort. Just from like, squinting at, I'm like, I think those are product numbers. That looks familiar. But looks like it was a great time. Then you worked with GitHub Actions with Alberto. I actually want to check this stream out. I still haven't gotten around to looking into it, but I know it's very popular these days. And then you discussed the basics of Docker and networking with Buoy once again. Always a good foundation to have, especially as you get into cloud. And then you worked on challenges. Oh, I'm excited for this. People come up with such amazing things. Looks like you created a user interface with Figma. Wow, taking Duolingo by storm. I am ready for this. That's awesome. And then you had a simple web app using GitHub Copilot. Okay. Love that people are starting to use AI and how they're figuring things out. And then documentation with GitHub Pilot. Yes, this is good, especially as we get into like preparing for October, which is our Hacktober timeframe where people are looking to get into open source. This is great practice. And then explore the Figma plugins. I had no idea Figma had plugins until I did the stream last Global Hack Week. And people were like, how about plugins? And I'm like, there are plugins? more than what I'm already using? What? So people keep finding interesting things. I'm fascinated. And then people shared their setup. I'm eyeing that keyboard. I wonder what that keyboard is. Ooh. And we also worked on a portfolio website. We're honestly critical today to have a good portfolio website that gives a pretty good overview of what you're doing and how you're doing it, and give employers a chance to really see what you can do. And I think that's it for day 6, but I'll go ahead and wrap us up with feedback. Throughout the week, you've been getting told, hey, at the end of a stream, give us some more feedback so that way we can make sure Global Hack Week is better for you. So definitely check out mlh.link/GHW feedback and let us know how we can improve any of our streams, even closing.
Yes, absolutely. We read all of those responses, so please do that. But I will get to what I'm sure many folks are curious about, and that is swag. In order to earn basic swag this week, you needed to register and check in for the event. Let us know where we should send your swag, and then complete the featured challenges by our partners. So those 3 challenges were super simple this time. It was signing up for the GitHub Student Developer Pack, creating a Figma education pack, and then creating a Snowflake account. If you had trouble doing any of those, you can fill out the form and just say, I'm not able to do X, Y, or Z, and we go ahead and mark that as done on our side. So no worries if you are still struggling with this. Either open a ticket or fill out that form and let us know. A little bit of a secret with the swag is I don't actually close the form until the next day after Global Hack Week. So if you're behind on these, you can still get swag today. Just check your email and it'll let you know whether or not you've already accomplished everything or not. But I want to make sure we can get y'all some swag. And then if you want bonus swag, which is a couple of extra stickers we have, make sure you checked into at least 5 events throughout the week. Kind of the same thing goes for this. Like if you could only go to recordings, just open a ticket and let me know and I will mark you down for the bonus swag. It is not super strict here at Global Hack Week. I already had some folks message me this week and let me know like, hey, I'm just watching recordings, so I'm not checked in. And that is A-okay. Just reach out and let us know. I am going to talk a little bit about what is next. Next April, which I can't believe April is here in like 3 weeks.
Stop. Please stop.
I don't know if you felt like this. Like January felt like
January was gone.
Yeah, and then like each month has just been getting faster and faster since then.
Yeah, I have stuff due in April. I'm like, oh no.
Well, April is for APIs. We've been doing APIs in April for like 4 or 5 years now. It's a fun one. Make sure you come and join us. We will do a lot of like building just with APIs, but we'll also make some of our own APIs. It's a really fun week. Make sure you come and check it out. I promise you there will be a lot of like API role puns throughout the week. So this is your warning in advance that if you don't like a lot of bad puns, steer clear of this global week. Do you want to talk a little bit about Open Source Week in May?
Absolutely. So May is our open source week. So if you are looking to get into open source, don't know how to, or you're already actively involved in open source and want to see other spots that you can get involved in, even start your own. May 9th through 15th will be how you can get started with that. So we definitely encourage you to join. I know there's definitely a couple coaches who are active contributors in a couple spots. And if not, they'll usually start projects to showcase how you might interact with open source. So definitely a great chance to sharpen your Git skills, particularly in forking and making pull requests and reviewing code, but also in learning how to contribute, even if it's just updating documentation. And that is sometimes the most critical of all. So highly recommend you check it out. It'll make great preparation for Hacktober. In October, GitHub will really encourage folks to contribute to open source. You get a head start in being familiar with what you got to do that you can scout out what you want to do for Hacktober.
Yes, absolutely. And I see someone asked for a link. I just popped it in the chat here for you. Go and you can sign up for both of those already. In June, we are going to introduce a new theme that we haven't done yet. We're going to do a generative AI themed Global Hack Week. This will be really similar to our AI ML week, which we have done many times, but we're going to be a little bit more focused on using some of the generative AI tools. So excited to see kind of where our streamers go with this and what kind of hacks you all make. I know we'll have tons of people using these models to help build their code, but then also probably lots of projects that, you know, interact with these models and kind of utilize them on the user end as well. So all of those are open for registration right now. Here is the link to go and do that. We are going to give away 2 swag drops to people who register for API week today. So I'm going to post these in Discord close to around the time I log off today, which will be in a couple of hours. So if you register for API week today, or you have already registered, I will keep you as part of the giveaway pool as well. I'm going to announce these 2 over in Discord. So make sure you're keeping an eye on the announcements channel so that you can claim your swag drop if you want it. That is that. And then I do want to call out, we have a ton of hackathons still happening this semester. March and April have events already up over on our website. We've got more even coming in May and June. So if you want to go to an in-person hackathon near you, go and check out mlh.io/events to see if there is one happening in your region that you could potentially go and hack at in person. We would love to see you there. And with that, we've got a bunch of people to thank. Cecilia, do you want to do this first slide?
Absolutely. So many thanks to our many coaches who were streaming this week, Alberto, Billy, and Jocelyn, for doing a mix of IoT and giving us some more background on Linux, etc. We loved it. And of course, UT, Quinn, and Abdullah. UT always doing so many streams, and Quinn getting started, Abdullah always keeping that steady pace. Amazing topics as always. Then we have Wei, Stephen, and Yashika, all of them who have participated in many events today in Global Hack Weeks, and of course, Stephen and all the very deep knowledge that he shared this week. And then we have Azman, Sagar, and Lavanya, all of which who again helped out throughout the week. We loved having you here this week. And then Ryan, awkward to thank myself, but you know, we're here.
Thank you, Cecilia. I will jump in and make sure you get that thanks there.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, so again, thank you to all of the coaches who helped out with Global Hack Week this week. We love all the different project ideas that we get to come up with, and we get to celebrate each other and all the things that we're learning. And I think it is now your turn, Mary.
This is another one where I normally I will remove myself, but I clearly did not look carefully enough at these after Siddharth made them. So thank you, Siddharth, who does so much of the work behind the scenes. And then instead of thanking myself here, I want to give a shout out to Rosendo, unless he's okay. Yeah, he's not in here. Rosendo, who works with all of our partners to make sure we can run Global Hack Week completely free of charge for our community. So big shout outs to them.
Well, I will thank you because you're a large part of why Global Hack Week exists.
I love our like just thanking each other on these.
It makes it less awkward.
It really does. And then the last folks we have to thank are our partners. So like I just said, they make it possible for us to run these free for our community. So huge shout out to GitHub, Snowflake, and Figma. The offers that they brought to y'all this weekend to get their products free of charge, make sure you take advantage of those. Like these are 3 really fantastic tools. GitHub is not only give students free repos, but also the student developer pack that just has so much stuff in it. And then similarly, Figma gives access to dev mode to all education accounts for free, and Snowflake as well, giving y'all access to their free tier. So take advantage of this stuff while you are a student, because it is really, really worth quite a lot in the long run. And with that, we will see all of you next time at our next Global Hack Week, API Week. I do want to answer this quick question because I saw it asked a couple of times. So I'm going to ask when winners will be announced. We actually don't do any formal winners at Global Hack Week. So instead of doing judging this week, it's really meant to be a kind of celebration of all things hacking. So general winners for the event, there are not any, but I will be announcing some swag drop winners later over in Discord today. So kind of the next best thing from the hackathon project winner. With that though, Cecilia, any final parting words to our stream here?
Honestly, no. See you next Global Hack Week.
Awesome. Happy hacking, everybody. Bye.